Hello everyone, I'm Cynthia Ruth. As a teacher, you need to know the learning styles of your students so that you can prepare a lesson that caters towards that learning style. If you would like to know more about learning styles, this video is for you. So stay tuned. Welcome to Ruth Straight Talk, the channel designed to help teachers, parents, and students live fuller lives, become lifelong learners, and grow into the awesome human beings you were designed to be. The first learning style is the visual learner. Visual learners learn through sight. They like to see demonstrations, they like to see things written down. They learn through charts and doodling and taking notes. Anything that they can see, they will retain a lot better than anything else. So how do you tailor a lesson to visual learners? Well, you could present opportunities for the visual learner to doodle or to draw diagrams. You can provide handouts for them. You can give them written notes, give them diagrams, and charts work really well with visual learners. Keep in mind, however, that visual learners need time to process what they are seeing, and so they take a little bit longer to digest the material. If you're patient with the visual learner, they will master the material that you're presenting them. The second type of learning style is the auditory learner. Auditory learners are reinforced by sound. They would much rather listen to a lecture than write notes. They would rather read out aloud rather than read silently. These learners depend on sound to reinforce the workings of their brains so that they might find themselves repeating directions, repeating what you say to them, and just speaking out the lesson concept on their own, because this is the way that they can reinforce the lesson. So how does a teacher cater to an auditory learner? Well, you could invite them to share in the lecture, probably read the notes out to the class, or they can possibly lead a discussion of the topic of the lesson. They can read out loud the questions for the lesson, or you can ask the question and have them answer the questions. Students that are auditory learners can also benefit from audio tapes and music while they're learning. The third learning style is the reading and writing learner. These learners have an affinity for the written word. They will look for books that are long and they will sit and read for hours on end. They love handouts. They like notes that are already written for them because they focus on the written word. Teachers can assist reading and writing learners by providing them with PowerPoint presentations and allowing them to take copious notes during the lecture. These students may write and rewrite the material in many different ways because this is the way in which they can reinforce their learning. The fourth learning style is the kinesthetic learner. The kinesthetic learner, also known as a tactile learner, because they need to touch, they need to handle, and they need to feel the structure in order to understand the concept. This is very difficult for students to understand abstract thought, and the teacher must take extra time to prepare lessons that can actually physically allow them to touch in order to understand the abstract thought. These students do well in sports and dance and woodworking, things that allow them to manipulate the substance, but they struggle with sitting still in the classroom. So how can a teacher help a kinesthetic student focus? Well, if they're reading a book, the teacher can allow them to act out a scene in the book. If there is memorization to be done, the student can walk back and forth at the back of the room as they memorize the material that needs to be learned. If there are materials to be distributed in the classroom, the student can become the teacher helper. And by distributing the materials that each student needs, that student becomes more focused and more involved in the lesson, and they will retain the lesson much longer. So there you have it, the 4 learning styles and ways in which teachers can maximize learning by understanding the learning styles of their students. I would love to hear from you, so if you have been able to identify your learning style, please drop me a comment at the bottom of the screen. Thank you so much for visiting with us at RuthStraightTalk.com. If this video has helped you, please like us and leave us a comment at the bottom of the screen. And please subscribe to my channel for more great videos like this one. Until next time, happy learning and goodbye.